Mr. Woodhouse, a wealthy man who lived in a large house called Hartfield, enjoyed having a small, close-knit group of friends visit him. He didn't like late nights or big parties, so he preferred to have friends come over on his own terms, usually for quiet evenings. Fortunately, he had several friends nearby who were happy to visit, including the Westons, Mr. Knightley, and a lonely young man named Mr. Elton. He also had a second set of friends who were always available for a visit, Mrs. and Miss Bates and Mrs. Goddard. They were so happy to come that Mr. Woodhouse didn't even mind having his carriage and horses pick him up and drop him off. Mrs. Bates was an old widow who mostly enjoyed tea and a card game called Quadrille. She lived with her unmarried daughter, Miss Bates, in a very simple home. Miss Bates was not young, pretty, rich, or particularly smart, but she was incredibly popular. Her secret was her cheerful and grateful nature. She was a non-stop talker about small things, which suited Mr. Woodhouse perfectly. Mrs. Goddard ran an old-fashioned boarding school. It wasn't one of those fancy, expensive schools, but a good, honest one where girls got a solid education without being spoiled. She was a kind, motherly woman who had worked hard and now enjoyed a break for a tea visit. Emma, Mr. Woodhouse's daughter, was happy to arrange these visits for her father, but she often found the company of these three women a bit dull. She worried about how she would spend her long evenings. One evening, Mrs. Goddard asked to bring a new girl with her. Her name was Harriet Smith, a pretty 17-year-old. Emma was thrilled because she thought Harriet was beautiful. She was a short, plump, fair girl with blue eyes and a sweet face. Harriet was an illegitimate child, meaning her parents were unknown, but she had been sent to Mrs. Goddard's school and was now living there as a special student. Emma was immediately charmed by Harriet's sweet and humble personality. She wasn't shy, but she was properly respectful and looked up to Emma. Emma decided that Harriet had good character and a lot of potential. She felt that Harriet's current friends, a family of farmers named Martin, were unpolished and not good enough for her. Emma decided to take Harriet under her wing. She would improve her, introduce her to better people, and teach her how to behave. It seemed like a fun and kind project for Emma, who had plenty of time and power to do it. The evening flew by as Emma chatted with Harriet and planned her project. Supper was ready before she knew it. She served the food with great care, while her father, Mr. Woodhouse, was torn between being a good host and his belief that supper was unhealthy. He would offer his guests a soft-boiled egg or a small piece of tart, but only if it was prepared in a specific, healthy way. Emma, however, made sure her guests had plenty to eat and drink. Harriet was overjoyed by the evening. She was so impressed by Emma's kindness and was especially thrilled when Emma shook her hand. She felt happy and honored to have been invited to Hartfield.